All right, hello Chipola Nation. We are here with Athletic Director Jeff Johnson and Head Baseball Coach Jeff. How are things going, man?
Going well, Brian. How are you guys?
All right, so we're back in the fall semester. I know you had your athletic orientation last week. What do we got? 100 student athletes in the dorm,
probably
something
80,
like that.
85 to 100 kids.
Okay.
So we're back. We're back on track and
Yeah.
getting ready to go. Excited for a new year, and as I told our guys in orientation, we're here for a couple of reasons to get good grades, move on academically, win championships.
Absolutely.
So hopefully we can continue that on. And we counted up the other day. I think in the last 12 years we've won 18 state championships and 6 national championships.
Golly, that's not bad.
It's been a good run. Hopefully
Yeah.
we can continue on.
Fantastic. So let's talk about baseball a little bit. I know you've got y'all have already started working out, and you've got a big thing coming up on September 14th through 16th.
Yeah, we got our physicals yesterday, so we were able to get started practicing, and we'll start working out today, getting a little bit done, and moving into it. We play on the September 6th at Troy University. We play some junior college teams there, and then the following weekend, the 14th through the 16th of September, we've got our big fall classic here at Chipola, and we bring in 10 other teams, and we'll play 3-4 games during that time, as well, and we'll have probably 75 to 100 college and pro scouts here.
Wow.
So it's a huge weekend, a
Yeah.
good event for Mariana and our area to get people in here, and it's a great exposure event for our kids as well.
Okay. And how many games do you play in the fall?
We play 20 games, or around 20 games.
Okay.
Sometimes it's 16 to 20 or whatever. But I think we've got about 17 on our schedule right now to play. We might add a couple as we go. But we'll play that, do a lot of inter squadding. It's a time for us to get a chance to see all the guys that we have here. And we've got we've only got 2 returning players on our pitching staff. And then 2 position players that are returning. So it's a new group for us.
Yeah, absolutely. But you feel pretty good about them? I mean, I know we got some pretty hot recruits in here.
Feel good. I mean, we'll know more about the end of March, 1st of April, how good we are.
Yeah.
But this group's a physical group, and they're athletic. On the pitching staff, we got some guys with some good size and some good arms. I think our pitch ability is the thing we're going to have to really work on,
Right.
and our competitiveness and those type things. But it's just like any team. Every year you got your certain issues, and some of them are the same every year.
Right. Right.
So hopefully our guys will be willing to work, be good young men, and be trustworthy.
Right. Now, Coach, we are still the defending national champions. We were the defending national champions last year, and we are again. And I know that every year when we win the national championship, we get rings. So tell us where we are in that process.
We just finished up. As a matter of fact, I'm working on that today of the finalized art. We're going to send that back in today, and the rings will be ordered. Then we're gonna present the rings in our alumni weekend again, which will be the first weekend of February.
Okay.
At our alumni event, and hopefully we can get most of them back. The ones that go to the Division I schools sometimes are tougher to get back because they're working on their seasons and all that. And we'll have to mail them, or hopefully our parents will show up, or whatever it may be. But excited to get that done and be able to add that back to our case.
Right.
And it's time to forget about that and work for next year.
Work on the next one. So tell us again now. The alumni weekend is scheduled for.
It'll be the first weekend of February.
The first weekend, which I think is also homecoming.
Yes, it is. It is
yeah.
both the same. I think it's the first and second. If
Something
I'm
like that. Yeah. So that's going to be a huge weekend. So
It will
very
be.
very
It will
excited
be.
about that. Coach, one of the things that goes into making a successful athletic program at any college or university is your booster club, and we are so fortunate that the legend Milton Johnson started the Chipola Appreciation Club probably in the 60s.
Yes, probably late 60s, I'd say.
And I think it kind of gives us a little edge. And I was talking to Steve Young this morning, our Vice President for Finance. He said the other thing that it does, in addition to giving us money, is it engages so many of our fans. It involves them in all the programs.
No doubt. And I think, when Coach Johnson started this, we were probably one of the few junior college programs that did it. A lot of schools have followed suit now and done their own thing as well. But here in Mariana and in our 5 district areas, surrounding communities, it's been huge for us and what we've done. And David Johnson, Chuck Hudson, a couple guys that are local guys here have really helped me for us to really kind of go to another level with it of fundraising in the last year or so. And we've really gotten more support monetarily and at our games. I feel like we've kind of created a monster there in our appreciation club room at halftime of being able to have enough room. As a matter of fact, we're trying to expand that right now and add more seating and more room to that, and that'll be something coming up here a little later, hopefully we can announce. But you can't say enough about what we've been able to do, and it takes a lot of money to run championship level programs. If you got programs that are going to national tournaments, the expenses for that, to clothe your young men, young women, and make it a nice program and a first class program, you have to have money.
Absolutely.
And when you get to the school's only got so much money they can put toward athletics. So to put yourself in position to be a national level program and a class program, we have to have that.
Right. Now let's just assume that no one knows anything about the Appreciation Club. What is the basic Appreciation Club membership? How much does that cost, and what does it get us?
Our basic membership's $250.
Okay. And
that gets you entry into all athletic events, and it also any of our Appreciation Club rooms, which we call Appreciation Club room, where we serve food. Halftime's our biggest thing we do at our basketball games, and then we'll have stuff for baseball, softball as well. It gets you into all those entities.
Right. So if you are a sports fan, and let's say you're married with a couple of kids, and you get 4 passes to everything that happens in athletics, and at basketball games you get refreshments, and so that if you're a sports fan, it's a bargain.
It is, especially you look at, I think I saw yesterday, we got 31 home baseball games this year, and I'm sure the basketball end of it, they play 30, they'll probably have 15 to 18 home games, men's and women's.
Exactly.
And then softball will probably have 30 home games as well. So if you do the math real quick, you probably look at 80 to 100 home games at that price. So it becomes a bargain. It becomes a bargain to you, and it's a thing that's been a lifeblood for us as well.
Right. That's fantastic. Coach, I also want to talk about there's so many companies and businesses in the area, and even individuals that just especially love Chipola, who have stepped up and done corporate sponsorships. Talk about some of the ones who have really been with it, like Terry Allen, Badcock and Moore of Graceville. Always giving.
You hate to single one person out. I think this past year we had 31 corporate sponsors.
Good gracious.
And that was an all-time high for us, and it was a big number. And we've had, probably 20 of those have been with us for multiple years. So you hate to say one and not say the others, but it's, we're so appreciative of those guys. And our next levels go from the $1,250 to $2,500 sponsors, and David Johnson and Chuck Hudson again, but especially David did a great job of getting out in the community. It's his dad's legacy that was left behind.
That's right.
And he's really wanting to see that continue on and help me and our program as an athletic department make sure we're funded as the way we need to be funded.
Right. Now, I don't want you to run down the whole laundry list of benefits, but if a company did want to get involved, what are some of the things that they could get out of this deal?
Companies, they get 6 tickets per event. They also get all the advertisement stuff we do. Each game we have screens that we run their names, their cards, so to speak, or business cards, so to speak. We announce their games their businesses at our games.
Right.
We put them on signage and everything else. So it's a lot of advertising. We also have a sign on Highway 90 to where we put their names, their billboard on our billboard. We put their names and businesses on.
And
that
then reserve parking, I think, right behind right behind the hospitality room, the rear entrance to the gym.
For our basketball parking becomes an issue sometimes, so we added that in there as well. To where behind the gym, where you enter into the Appreciation Club room, we've got reserved parking for our corporate sponsors.
That's fantastic. So a great opportunity for a business or individual that wants to kind of set themselves apart and really step up and help us.
And we need them, and we need to continue to grow. Because things aren't getting any less expensive.
No.
Monies are getting tighter everywhere.
I think you told me one year how much you spend on baseballs in a season, and I couldn't even believe it. I mean,
you just figure I buy between 80 and 100 dozen baseballs a year, and those things are about $50 a dozen.
100 dozen? Yeah. Is that, my goodness, that's a lot of.
That's what it takes for fall and the spring.
Golly.
And then you're hitting into cages every day. You got 3 cages you got to supply in there, and then out here on the field. And these kids don't want to hit old baseballs. They want to hit new baseballs. They want to hit the new ones. And the other part of that too that people don't take enough effect, Brian, it's a neat little deal, is you get the pro scouts coming by And if they're hitting old baseball, they're not hitting them very far. That doesn't make those pro scouts very
exactly
get very excited about those kids. So if the newer the ball, the further it goes.
Yeah.
So you want to keep those balls, those balls fairly fresh and simulate what they're hitting in a game as well.
Right. Coach, I want to talk about one thing that we just need to clarify this. We had an endless summer event scheduled for September 29th. It was a benefit to raise money for the Gene Pro Scholarship Endowment. There have been some issues, and we don't want to say all this on television, but there were some health issues related to one of our big boosters' family members. So nothing's going on with Dr. Pro or his wife, but another booster is having some health issues with his family, and so we decided not to cancel Endless Summer, but to move it to next year. So it will be sometime we hope in August of 2019.
Yeah, we want to postpone it. I think that's the word we want to use, because we don't want to say we canceled, and because we think so much of what Dr. Pro did throughout his years here and the people he affected, especially me as a baseball guy, and helping to do the facilities for baseball, softball, and everything else he did throughout our school, and the gratitude we have for him for doing that, and it's had a little situation where we didn't think we could make it quite as big as we wanted to make it, and as big of a money maker as we wanted to, and talking with Dr. Pro and our other powers to be in our appreciation club, we just kind of felt like, let's postpone it back. We've had some people who have paid. I've contacted some of those, but if you have bought tickets and you want to be refunded, we'll refund you. If you just want to put that as a credit to where when we do it again, and it's looking like we're trying to do it the 1st of August. We're just still trying to confirm that date, but we'll have that announced here in the next couple of weeks for sure, and go from there. But we want to make sure everybody's on track with that. It gives us more time now as well, to where it wasn't quite as rushed of an event for us. But if we do something, we want to do it in a first-class manner and do it to the best to our ability.
Definitely. And these Endless Summer events, we probably had a half dozen of them, and they've all raised money for scholarship endowments in the name of prominent alumni who have helped the college over the years. Coach, those things are making a difference in the athletic program.
There's no doubt, and I think it's double digits anyway. And I think we're in double digits of scholarships we've endowed now, and I think if you look at that number, it's over $500,000 in scholarship money that we have endowed just through our endless summer events. So it's something we want to continue to do and keep adding to that pool of money as well, but we want to do it the correct way too.
Absolutely. And scholarships are the way that you attract high caliber athletes to Chipola.
It's the blood, it's the bloodline and the lifeblood, so to speak, of being able to take care and get the top caliber players throughout the country to make us a national program and be able to compete on a national level.
Right. So all these things we're talking about, appreciation club, booster, endless summer, corporate sponsorships, all these things make up this puzzle that helps us stay at the top of our game.
Well, you got to get great coaches, you got to get great players, and you got to be able to have money to take care of them, to have a great program. And then hopefully that brings the community in, your support in, your fan base, and everything else as well.
Yeah, great. Okay, so to reiterate, September 14th through 16th, a big fall tourney, 10 teams coming into to the field here at Chipola. So we invite all the fans to come out for that, and check the Chipola website for the other games that are coming up. And Coach, anything else you want to add?
No, we'll have that schedule. We'll have that fall schedule, tournament schedule on our website, so you can go on there and look to see when we're playing. I think we played the first game at 10 a.m. on Friday morning, and then we try to sometimes play the later game. That way, somebody else don't have to sit out. So we'll play the first and the last a lot of times. So just go on our website, chipola.edu or chipolaathletics.com, and you can see the schedule there. We'll have that posted as well.
Okay. All right. For the second year in a row, we're talking to defending national champion Jeff Johnson, and we're so proud of the Indians, and we look forward to another great year.
Thanks so much, Brian. Appreciate you.